G'day guys, welcome back. It's pouring day, acrylic pouring. Now, do you recognize these colors? I love these colors. I've got navy, turquoise, white, orange and red. I'll go through my colors real quick. They're all the Montmartre. That's the red, it's called Brilliant Red. And then the orange one is called, no surprise there, Orange. The turquoise is Turquoise. The white is, well, it's just white. Now the navy is this one here. It's Phthalo Blue with a little touch of green to combat the purple that it throws, and then also a tiny little bit of black. Just make it into a navy. I've got this there so it doesn't spin, because look, it wants to go on its own. It's just excited to go. So I've put a bottle of resin there to stop it from moving. So what I'm going to do, and it's on my spinner as you can see, and underneath is my little cake turntable spinner. It's a metal one, so it's a nice heavy one, and my canvas is sitting on that. I've got push pins under here on my canvas, because when you pick it up off the spinner, you need to move it and put it down somewhere, don't you? So don't forget to put your push pins in. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer the colours. Now, because I want it nice and thick, as I do with my ring pours, I have it nice and thick. So I use my 70% glue to 30% water is what I do when I want it nice and thick. And then I mix that 1-to-1 with the paint. So I'm going to do 3 layers. Hoping I haven't got it too thick, but I'm going to do 3 layers, and then I'm going to do a jiggle pour, because you guys have seen me do ring pours before, but this time I'm going to do a jiggle pour when I go up and down like that and jiggle the paint. I get some really pretty effects. It feels quite thick. But they need to be thick. They just feel ultra thick, but no, don't let it phase you. They do need to be thick so that you can see your rings, and your rings stay in a nice round shape. Nice and thick. If they're not thick enough, your rings will sort of go wobbly, and also the colours will blend a lot. So yeah, make sure that you've got nice and thick. I might finish off with, I made a tiny bit more navy because I had to keep adding paint because it was quite thin. So there's a little bit more navy. So the colours that go in first are going to come out last, and that will be your centre. So you don't need as much like of each layer in the first round. You can put the rest of the colour on top, because the top colours are just going to basically go off to the side. So it's mainly those bottom 2 layers that are important. This is a 40 centimetre by 40 centimetre canvas, so 16 by 16 inches. And I've tried not to put, you know, the red next to the white because I don't want pink. So we've got orange next to the white. So we've got the 2 cool colours, and we've got white to break them up, and then the warm colours. So I made 70 grams of pouring medium, 70 grams of paint. Might be a bit much. Might be a little bit much. Let's finish off with the navy. Probably could have got away with 60 grams or 2 ounces of pouring medium and 60 grams, 2 ounces of paint, because now it's very full. But that's okay. I'd rather have a bit more than not enough, and then you're struggling to, you know, cover your corners. All right, now we can move the resin bottle out of the way. Thank you, resin bottle. Oops, I've just got paint all over you. Look at that. Let me wipe you clean. Gosh, making a mess. All right. Oh, there we go. Put him back. Now, let's jiggle. I'm going to come around here so that you can see what I'm doing. Are we still taping? Oh yes, we're still taping. Okay, so I haven't got a base coat on this time. I think I've got plenty of paint. It's just going to swish around once I start spinning. So if you didn't want to use too much of the colour in your jug, you could, you know, do a base coat like I do sometimes and then have less here, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, here we go. So instead of just pouring in a straight line, I'm going to jiggle my cup up and down, up and down. All right. But to begin with, it's going to have a big blob fall down, and I won't be able to really get control over it until I can get a bit closer to the canvas by tipping it more. But yeah, we'll just do the best I can until I can start getting a bit closer. Here comes the white. So I'm just jiggling my jug ever so slightly, up and down and up and down. Get as close to the canvas as you can. Now I'm getting closer. See, now I'm getting more control over it. I might spin it a little bit. I wasn't planning to, but I think I might. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing it, but I want to see what happens. Okay, so I've spun it one way, or poured one way. Now I'm just going to do the opposite way, as you can see. Now just keep it here. Jiggle, jiggle. Because usually when you do a jiggle pour like this, you have one side, which is usually this top side, which is really pretty. Don't move! And then the opposite side, behind the cup, tends to be not quite as attractive. So that's why I thought I'll pour half and then turn the canvas, pour the other half. Okay, here comes my navy. So slow down. Wish I could pick the canvas up just to stop it from tilting down, but I can't. I need to hang on to my other hand. Well, I need to stop this canvas from moving. I don't think I was very straight because I've got more paint on the other side of the canvas. Can one of you hold this for me so that I can support my hand? Okay, I'm going to have to stop getting the shakes. Oh my gosh. See, as soon as I let go, it wants to go. Come back. I don't know why. I kind of did a little drippy in there because my hand was starting to shake. Oh gosh. I don't know if I can fix it. Just a little circle in there. Okay. Alrighty. Now, let me see if I can just bring that back to the middle a little bit. Let's give it a quick torch just to pop some bubbles. Probably going to get some cells coming up when you pop your bubbles, but yeah, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. All right, so as you saw the first time, you know, I did the jiggle and then I moved the canvas and then I did the jiggle. Otherwise you get one side that's pretty much got nothing on it like that, and then this side's got nothing on it, and then all your rings are on this side. So that's why I thought I'd just turn it just to see. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. All right, cross your fingers for me. Let's do a little spin first, because I want to see, you know, if I like the composition and if I need to tilt anything off. I always get dizzy when I do that. I look down and I get dizzy. Now again, don't stop it, okay? Because if you stop it, it'll go, you know, it'll bang like that, and then your lines will get all crooked. So just wait. I mean, if you can do it really, really gently, go for it, but just be careful not to do it too hard, because yeah, you'll bend all your little lines. Oh, psychedelic baby. I'm getting really dizzy. Look, there must be something in there. Okay, that's looking good. Oh, I'm loving this. Look, I'm loving that there. All right, I'm loving this too. I might try and, oh, let's go the, what happens if you go the opposite way? Does it kind of straighten it, or does it make it worse? I don't know. I'm just gonna go the opposite way. See, it's not sliding as much, the paint, because it's not on a wet base. So it kind of rolls over itself, but I wasn't fussed with this one because I knew I had a lot of paint. I'll just be careful, I don't want to lose too much. Okay, there's something in that orange there. Let's see if I can gently stop it. Gently. I've always got a blob in my paint, haven't I? I don't know if I can get it out. See, sometimes if you get things out, all right, there's something in there. I'll get the tweezers. Sometimes if you, you know, go picking at it, it makes it worse. But if you can get it out, I don't know what it is. Something hard. Probably fallen in from the outside of my paint jars. It's gone a bit dry. Okay. You can sort of potentially try and, you know, straighten that out. But if you're not fussed, then just leave it. Try and disguise where I took it out. I think I'll probably tip that bit off. I'm loving this more than that. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to try and bring the weight of the paint down that way ever so slightly. And see if I can tilt some of this orange off, because I don't like that as much as I like this bit. I'm just going to be careful of where the weight of the paint is, because I want to keep this middle bit as circular as possible. All right, here we go. Give it a bit of a bigger spin. Oh, that was a big one. Now I'm going to stop it. Oh, stop. And I'm telling you not to do that, but I want to stop it. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. Wowzers. Love it. All right, I'm not spinning it anymore. Oh, I love it. That was where I dropped that little bit of paint there. Oh, I'm not going to worry about that. Look at the colours here. I'm a bit off centre. I am. I'm just seeing if I can get this tiny little bit off the bottom here. I don't know if I really don't want to overstretch anything. I just want to see this little bit of orange down here. I'm wriggling my thumb. I just want to see if I can get that little tiny bit off without changing the composition too much. See, the weight of the paint's all the way up here at the moment. Still there. No. See, the weight of the paint's still here. So what about if I give it just the tiniest little spin? See if I can get that last little bit off. I don't know if it did anything. Did it go? Oh, look, it went. Just, there you go. Look at that. Do you love it? Oh, I love it. Wow. Let me just clean off the bottom edges here. I'm going to clean those off because the weight of the paint on the bottom there can pull the paint off your side, so just be careful of that. There's a few little cells. I mean, you're going to get cells because of the density of the paints. My navy was a semi-transparent, and the red is probably a semi-transparent. The orange and the turquoise and the white are probably opaque, so you're going to get cells just from the different weights, densities of the paints. Just cleaning my gloves off. Alrighty, you guys, what do you think? Wow. So you can see how, I mean, it looks a little bit muddy, but it's not actually. You can see the stripes. Orange and turquoise do make brown, so you have to be careful of that. But if you make your mix nice and thick, like I suggested, you get the separation of colours. I'm going to bring you down for a close-up so that you can see, but Really love the movement of it, because if I'd just done the jiggle, like I said, just in the middle, well, it would have been, no, it's hard to say now, because if I'd just done the jiggle in the middle like that, yeah, I would have had my rings just on the sides there, and I would have had like mud through the middle and mud through the top there. But because I turned it, you can see this beautiful turquoise and the navy there, and look at that white going in there. I'm going to take you down so you can have a little look. A little look-see, a closer look. Let me get my gloves off. Really like it. I'm not going to torch again because I don't want any more bubbles to pop. You just end up getting little cells, really. Let's go around this way. Look at that. Look at that, it's like flames, isn't it? Let me just turn my ring light off, hang on. Okay, come with me. Come with me. Whee! Okay. Is that any better? I don't know. It's still glary, hang on. I turned it back on. I turned it off and it was too dark. All right, anyway, let's get on with this. There's the corner. Look at the sides. Look at the stripes going down the sides. They're pretty, aren't they? So pretty. Now, this is what I was telling you about, how they might look a little bit muddy, but you can actually see that there are stripes. I love how the orange and red look against that turquoise. Look at that. It's showing a little bit more blue through the screen, but it is more of a turquoise. But I'll correct it when I put the photo up because it never shows the correct colour. Now look at those points. Aren't they amazing? Little fingerlings. Points. So where you do your jiggle, you get your points on the outsides like that, but in the center you just get like a plain color. That's why I wanted to turn it halfway through, because I didn't want it to be just like that. Let's have a look at the other side. You can see where I've stopped it. It's gone a little bit wonky where I've stopped the canvas from spinning. It's just amazing the effect you get, isn't it? Look at that. So pretty. Go up here. I could just turn the canvas, couldn't I? I could, rather than trying to stretch over it. Let's come this way. Here we go. I don't know why I think I have to walk around the other side. It's moving on its own. Stop moving. Oh, look at that. It's like meteors flying through the earth, through the sky. The Earth's atmosphere, I was going to say. Meteors. Doesn't it? It looks as if they're on fire and they're flying through the sky. So pretty. There's my little swirl that I did. Love it. All right. Let me know what you think of her. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I just wasn't sure how it was going to work out. And it's been such a long time since I've done a jiggle paw. So I thought I might as well do one for you. But yeah, if you're going to do jiggle paws, if you're going to do ring paws, make sure that your mix is thick, thick, thick. Otherwise, your colours are just going to blend too much. Your lines are going to be all kind of wobbly. They won't stay in their right shapes. If I spun this more, these lines here would open up more. But I decided I would rather keep the colour on the canvas rather than spin it off. But that's totally up to you what you want to do. So there we go. All right, I'll leave it at that. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed my little video. And let me know if there's something that you want me to do or try. Happy to give it a go. I can get a few more spins out of this puppy pool with the piddle pads in it before I have to change them. I don't want to waste them. Just keep adding paint. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll say goodbye. move on to my next project, and I'll see you real soon for the next video. Okay, love you. Take care. Bye for now.